Hello, welcome back for another episode of Aliit by Beskar. I'm excited for this one. It's going to be pretty awesome. Going to kind of combine the finale of last season and our premiere for this season into one story, because there's a lot of stuff that's going to happen, and I won't give away spoilers. So before we jump in, though, I'm going to say a few words about sponsors and let everybody introduce themselves and their characters, and then we'll jump right into the action. So first of all, sponsors, let me just get those links into chat. They are Fundamental RPG. It's a simple D20 system that is not tied to any genre, so you can use it to tell any story that you would like or play any style of game that you would like. You can pick up the physical copies on Amazon or the PDF versions at coffee.com/raven/shop, like it says at the bottom of the screen. Just add /shop to the end of that. Also, Die Hard Dice, which they sell incredible metal and polymer dice sets and dice accessories. You can find all of their awesome things at dieharddice.com. And if you use the code BLACKFEATHER, all one word with a capital B, you can get 10% off your entire order. And then if you want to catch up on this show or any others that we have on the channel, you can do so at the Fantasy Network at watch.thefantasy.network. So with that, we're going to introduce our players and characters, starting with the top left. V, tell us a little bit about Anaka and yourself.
I was prepared this time. I knew I was going to be in the top left. I always forget that. But hi, I'm Vanessa, or V. I am a traditional artist primarily. I also work in digital art. Not right now, though. I'm out of commission with a busted laptop, so please cross your fingers for me. But if you'd like to take a look at some of my stuff, you can certainly do so. I have an art Twitter, which is at Peppero Draws, and that's Peppero like the candy, or the biscuit, I guess, if you're picky. But yeah, I play Anaka, and she is a dark force using Togruta. She started out as kind of the broody teenager of the group, despite being one of the oldest there, I guess, but everybody just kind of adopted her as the broody teenage daughter. But she's kind of come out of her shell a little bit since, and she's gotten into some stuff. She has a headmate. Hadzuska's sharing that brain of hers. So that's been really fun. But yeah, she's starting to come out of her shell now and kind of integrate herself with the group. So it's been really interesting. And I'm excited to see what happens because I have no recollection of where we left off. So that should be fun. But yeah, that's me and that's Anaka.
Awesome. Next we've got Nikki. Tell us a little bit about Ilsa and yourself.
Ilsa is a stormtrooper school dropout who is discovered she can use the Force. She is not picking a side, even though she's kind of leaning heavily to the dark. But she swears she's not picking a side. And she is the space druid of the group, and she's the actual broody teenager. And I'm Nikki. I just do things. And sometimes I post about it on Twitter. Most of the time I just am random.
All right. Next we'll hop over to Jordan. Tell us a little bit about Nadara and yourself, and welcome onto the cast.
Hi, so I am Jordan, aka Sassy with Sander, on the tweeters and the Instagrams and wherever you want to find me. Nadara. She is and I'm gonna say it wrong because that's just who I am. She is a scout Zabrak?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And she is very adventurous. She loves kind of wandering around in the wilderness. She likes to give herself a foliage expert. However, she does have some other fascinations with some crystals of the Kyber kind. So she likes to get herself into situations where she's like snooping around and finding those. I think she's going to be really fun. But yes, I'm Jordan. I make cloaks. So if you need a cloak, go to my Etsy at Red's Wardrobe and I will make you a cloak. That's really it.
Awesome. Next we've got Matt. Tell us a little bit about Jai and yourself.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm a content creator of various stripes, and I play Jai Soren, the Mandalorian son of a clone commando, who is a sweet summer child who's having to grow up and he hates it. The whole experience is awful. And we're going to get to see if he'll finally kill Saxon today. It's going to be a good day. It's a good day to be Jai.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait for you to walk into what's waiting for you. It's going to be so great. I mean, and I didn't say anything ominous. Par, tell us a little bit about, I guess, Grakus first, and then Zadu and yourself.
Well, hi, I'm Par. I'm just a sort of regular here on the Black Feather Guild. Just a novice when it comes to TTRPGs. Only been playing about, I don't know, 2 years, 4 months, I believe. Anyway, Grakus, my little Sith Ewok, which was prophesied in the first season, came to fruition in the second season. He was there, and it was a lot of fun, a lot of force. But this is a story about Mandalorians, and so returning is the master of found families, Zadu. Come back to see his murder son and his murder family.
Awesome. And then I'm Raven. I'm the creative director for the Raven Evermore, which is my brand for all the various things that I do, most of which are tabletop related or adjacent. My link tree is there in chat if you want to check out all the various things that I'm involved with. If you can't see chat, if you're watching this later on the Fantasy Network, it is linktr.ee/the Raven, like it's spelled below my face. Excuse me. And then, yeah, I play everybody else in the galaxy, including Kieran Lal, who's a former Jedi, currently pilot for the ship. And she has a very bad feeling about this. When we left off last session, I am also a little fuzzy on the details of what exactly all happened, because it's been at least a couple of weeks since we played, but I do recall that you had collectively gotten together, and you are heading to Endor, and I don't recall if it was to try and save Zadu specifically, or if you had another goal there. Feel free to remind me if that is the case, but that's where you're headed. It's going to take a little bit to get there. You do know that the Imperial Remnant Fleet, which is suspiciously all painted a matte black, very ominous looking, is in orbit around Endor, and that no transmissions of any kind are getting out of that system. Like, not even like cosmic background noise. Everything seems to be completely silent, which is a little weird. So what's the conversations that are happening on the ship as you're heading to that?
Boy, I think Jai is in the hangar. He's tinkering, definitely like cleaning up this micro proton torpedo launcher that he was able to rip off the arm of a rocket trooper, which was a great day, really, and getting that properly mounted up on his up on his shoulder plate, and is just still really annoyed at everything that happened on Yavin.
Yeah.
Just still real annoyed by the whole, boy, we just can't go into a temple without things being all possessy, can we?
Oh yeah, that it's all coming flooding back into my mind now. I remember what you all did now.
It's done on cool artifacts.
Yeah, managed to also tick off the new Jedi Order.
Oh, that's whatever. That's Anaka's fault. I trust her to deal
I'm
with it.
sorry,
in time.
what?
And inform us of whatever we need to know about the situation where she stole holocrons.
We make a lot of people angry.
I mean, that's fair.
After Ilsa challenged the boss of them all, to a lightsaber duel.
Listen, all I'm saying is that if you don't want your shit stolen, hide it better. Doesn't that make sense to
Didn't you
anybody
have to
else?
do a break-in?
It was a solid stone wall. You had to know how to use the Force to get into it.
Oh, gee, that really holds up in a temple full of Force users. Like, hide it better. What do you mean?
Who's guarded?
I mean, it was. Maybe you should hire people who aren't as distractible then.
It was good fun, though.
It was.
Ilsa did her part. She really distracted him for a while.
That is very true.
The moral of the story is no matter what reason you have to make this my fault, I will always find a reason why it's not. So
I guess this is kind of just how we work. Half the time we spend pissing people
precisely.
off, and the other half is spent justifying why we piss those people off.
You don't gotta say it out loud like that, but yeah.
Oh goodness. Yeah, and so on the ship we've got Anaka and Ilsa and Jai and Kieran and Graykus, and
2 dogs.
2 dogs, yeah,
And a rat ferret.
and a rat ferret, yes,
A lot of
yeah. So Kieran's just flying the ship. She's not saying a whole lot. It's clear that she's a little apprehensive. What is everybody else doing to prepare for what you're flying into?
Oh, the return to Endor?
Mm-hmm.
Graykus is meditating in a very loud way.
All right, that might account for some of Kieran's apprehensiveness.
Oh, it's definitely, if any Force user's paying attention, it's definitely just the worst memories of time on Endor. Feeding pure hatred
Awesome.
that he has to return.
Which reminds me, for Anaka, Hadzuska is probably doing the equivalent of like the downstairs neighbor, like pounding on the ceiling with a broom, trying to get you to tell Graykus to turn it down. It's too loud.
I have the perfect mental image of that. I love Hitsuska with my entire heart and soul. That's my guy. I like him. Anaka is just like rubbing her temples, just like trying to get him to shut the fuck up for 1 second.
It's like, it's so loud, I can't even hear myself think. Go tell them to turn it down.
Anaka's just like, yeah, well, you're too loud. I can't hear myself think.
Well, you're not as important as I am.
Says the one without a body.
This one's serving me just fine.
You know what? Shut up.
So, Ilsa is making meals and putting plants in front of everybody's doors, and just she's paying attention, but she's just doing more things.
Okay, that's
So,
fair.
Aggressive with her meals, like, you know, making sure everybody gets all of them, not just dinner.
I gotcha. All right. Well, with that, oh, go ahead.
Quick
Sorry.
question. I can't remember what happened with the dogs and Jai and the holocrons. Can someone refresh my memory?
One of the dogs found the holocron you thought you had hidden.
Yes.
And Jai took it away from them and then handed it back to you, being really condescending about the whole thing.
Of course he did. He's a little bean, and Anaka will never take his anger seriously.
It was more frustration, I think, than anger, but he was just giving you the whole business about it.
Okay, I was pretty sure that that Jai gave it back to her. I just couldn't remember for certain. But okay, so that was the other one still hidden in the wall, or was it just?
Yeah, the other one's still hidden.
Okay, I think
What
Anaka
other one? Anaka.
None of your business, Jai. I think Anaka would go find the other one because now she doesn't trust the walls, apparently.
Oh, I mean, that should just go without saying. Never trust the walls. They have eyes and ears.
Naturally, of course. How could I be so silly as to forget?
All right. Yeah, the other one's still there. It's just fine. You can try to hide it somewhere else if you would like.
I'm just gonna take them and put them in my room. I don't want to deal with that right now. Jai's being a little bugger, so.
All right. In that case, we're gonna have the camera pan away from our scene of everybody getting ready, and sort of do that fast zoom through space over to Endor, where there are, as previously mentioned, there's a large fleet of Imperial remnant ships, all painted matte black and looking very ominous. And on one ship in particular, a small cruiser, we find two adventurers, if you will, in a prison cell, with the hum of that red force field sort of covering up the opening into it. Just one lone sort of dark shaded bench and a small little bit of room to walk around, and that's about all that's in there. And in there we find Zadu and a Zabrak named Nadara. So what conversation is Zadu having with this new person that was recently brought in?
Hold on just a second. Okay. You know, don't they ever get tired of torture?
Yeah, this is a first for me. I must say, this is definitely not my scene. I don't really know what happens here, but torture? What?
just for me. It's a whole thing. You know, evaded them on Endor, and then they caught me, and well, it was all it's a bit of a trial.
Oh, well, that does not sound like fun. I don't really know why I'm here. I was just, doing my own thing, and all of a sudden they were like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" And I was like, it's just me looking at stuff. Wait, so what? Why are you being tortured? Is this like am I in this now? Am I in this with you? Are we besties now? Am I going down?
No, I don't believe you're getting tortured at all.
Okay, good.
I don't believe I'm in my Beskar, so I'm something of a Mandalorian myself.
Ooh, I've
And
heard of y'all before.
We've been giving them a lot of trouble, so especially in my particular group.
I mean, I think trouble's fun, so I support this journey that you're on, for sure. However, I don't support the fact that we're locked in a tiny room. Do you have a plan on how to get out of here?
Do I have a plan? Sure.
Yeah.
Are we like handcuffed or anything? Or I guess handcuffed.
Helps if I'm not muted. No, you are completely free to move around. You're not handcuffed or anything like that. It's just the force field sort of covering up the doorway.
Well, I'm not really the best with technical stuff.
Me neither.
Got a guy for that.
Oh, you got a guy? Is the guy on his way?
No.
Can I get you right out of here with you?
No, I'm pretty sure my crew thinks I'm dead.
Well, that doesn't help us at all. Well, hold on a second. And Nadara starts touching every corner of room, trying to find some weird loose panel or anything, even though obviously there's not going to be one. She's very careful to avoid the force fielded doorway, because she doesn't like it. I don't know why. It's just not her vibe. Kind of freaks her out a little bit.
That is fair. I mean, historically, Imperial prisons have been kind of not great at keeping everyone in all the time. So you never know. Could I get a perception roll?
Yeah, for sure. Hold on, sorry, I gotta find it.
No worries.
Down here. All right. Did that work?
Yeah, so 13. As you're feeling along for a panel or anything that you could potentially pry off, you do come across something that looks like it's almost like a giant section of the wall. So it is a panel, but it's not like an easy access panel. It's like if you pull this off, it's going to be half the wall in the room that you're in. And it is bolted in with like some Allen wrench style little bolts. So you find something, but it's not easy to pry off.
Nadar turns around, like stops what she's doing, flips around really quickly and goes, I have an option. It's not this, but it's an option.
Well, at least we have some of those. Would I get anything from channeling his inner Jai if Zada were to look around and see if any technological bits stick out to him?
Sure, yeah. Go ahead and do a perception roll.
Oh, perception. I wish I had better wisdom.
15, slightly better. You notice that same panel, and there is a light overhead, a light fixture that could potentially, be pried off or something like that. It might give you some options, maybe with the force field there, as you think about, what would Jai do?
I think Zada's going to reach up for that light fixture and see if it'll come loose.
Sure. Let's just do a basic strength check.
Okay, I'm decent at that.
12, yeah. It's actually already a little bit loose. They're not the type of bolts that really screw in. It's sort of just like a flat sort of head to it. But it looks like maybe somebody was using this for pull-ups or something like that, and over time it has loosened. So it rattles quite a bit as you try to pull on it, and you're pretty sure if you gave it one good tug, you could pull that fixture off and get to the actual like light cylinder underneath and maybe some wires if you want to, but you won't be able to put it back on once you do.
Do you have any idea how much the guards show up?
Yeah, you've had a plenty of time really to memorize everything about that, and yeah, it's roughly every 4 hours or so. And the last one was just here 2 hours ago, so you're fairly confident you've got about 2 hours before somebody's going to come poking around again.
All right, we should have some time. Get into the light fixture, potentially mess with some wires, see if that takes down the force field, or we could try to pry open the panel over there. What are you feeling?
Well, I'm not very technologically advanced. I'm always down for some good, pull the wire, like things are gonna explode, pull the wire, right wire, whatever. But I think that either way's great. The wires would be smarter, but the wall would be more efficient.
You raise good points. All right, I'll Zada will walk over to the wall panel and it's held by both Allen sort of thing. Yeah, you can give it like a test tug.
It's bolted on there pretty tight.
don't know if I'm quite strong enough for this. Maybe if we work, maybe if we work together.
You got it. Nadara's gonna go and grab like the bottom half, and like before we even like get any kind of organized plan together, just start yanking at it.
All right. That in particular yields little result. It doesn't really go anywhere. But in the age old words of GMs throughout time, the two of you can certainly try. If you would like to make a might check, or not a might check, a strength check. Wrong system.
It kind of mentions a joint effort. But okay, sure.
I like it.
Let'll try this at least once.
So a 6 and an 18. 18 is actually really good. So together, up by Zadu's sort of corner of it, you do manage to bend the panel a little bit, enough to kind of get 3 or 4 fingers under there. It might not be immediately helpful, but you feel like if you kept trying this for maybe a couple of weeks, you might get somewhere where you could actually get into whatever's inside of there.
Weeks.
Go to the light fixtures. All right.
Okay.
We tried your
You're
way.
gonna move on to the light fixtures, and Nadara's still gonna be like, I can do this, like yanking at it.
All right. You don't even have to roll for the light fixture. The roll you got before was sufficient, so you can just yank that right off anytime that you want. And yeah, underneath is like it's the Star Wars version of like a fluorescent light bulb. It kind of spans about half the length of the ceiling, and it's got 2 little connectors, much like a modern day fluorescent bulb. And there's a little bit of wire that you can see. It's shielded wire. It's not like just straight up metal that runs into the ceiling, and it's connected to those little clips that you could probably pry out of there if you wanted to.
Yeah, just reaching in and like a little kid messing with paint, just making a complete mess of it, yanking, pulling at things, trying to just
All right.
cause any sort of damage.
Yeah, as you yank on it, it actually it pulls out of the ceiling relatively easily, and it's kind of like fiber optic cable. Like it comes out in one big sort of group, and it's live power on the end of it. So there's a couple little sparks as 2 of the little bits of wire touch each other. The light immediately goes out, leaving you with just this very dim red light from the force field itself, and it casts some very creepy looking shadows. But you have this live electrical wire in your hand, and there's a force field in front of you.
Okay, so either this will work, or we're about to become very charred.
Let's do it.
All right, Zadu's just gonna shove this live wire into the force field.
All right.
It graces the cell block.
Could I get an endurance roll?
Oh God! Wait, I'm good at that. Never mind that one.
Oh no! All right. With a nat 1, I'm gonna just roll and see how bad the nat 1 is.
Zadu might actually die.
Okay. It's not that bad of a crit
Use your
fail.
destiny points, Zadu.
That's true. You do have destiny points. But assuming that you don't use a destiny point, It's actually not that bad of a crit fail. Basically, as soon as you sort of jab the wire against the force field, there's this sort of feedback, and it's not like a lethal jolt or anything like that, but it's uncomfortable, and just reflexively you let go of the wire, and it just lands on the floor, and nothing really happens. You can try again, though.
Nadara would like to try.
All right, let me get an endurance roll.
Oh no! I think I have any. Oh, where is endurance? Sorry. I don't actually know. Oh, it's right there. I have. Okay, this will be interesting.
A 10.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a no.
That's also a nat one. Oh my god. Best prison break ever. So
It's trapped in a cell.
So with another nat 1, this one's a little worse.
No.
I'm gonna need a couple of dice for this.
Oh no!
So what happens is you have the same effect. It's shocking, no pun intended. It's literally shocking, and you instinctively drop it. But the problem is you drop it on your foot this time, and electrocute yourself for 8 damage.
Oh jeez.
No.
Thanks so
Oh,
much,
no.
Nikki, for the 10,000 guild coins to redeem an advantage. Who would you like it to go to?
Just like... We're gonna try this again.
I'm gonna cry.
You both hit it so badly, but I don't have enough to give two advantages.
We could just do whoever wants to try it next, I guess.
I'm gonna
Never
I'm
wanted
gonna try
to-
this again.
Yes.
I'm gonna just give it another shot. I'm holding with 2 hands this time.
Nadara is backed against the back wall as far away from it as she can get.
Okay. All right. Here we go. First roll.
All right.
Come on.
Hey! Don't even need the advantage. Yeah, 31, you're fine. You give it, grab it with both hands this time, and you can feel that really uncomfortable sort of just vibration of energy in your arms as, there's this feedback between the wire and the force field. But you're able to power through it, and after a few seconds, it shorts out the force field and the wire as well. And so you have a wire that's no longer powered, as well as a force field that's no longer powered.
Well, all things considered, it could be going worse.
That true fact. So we getting out of here or what? And Nadara hops down from the bench. I assumed she was standing on the bench against the wall.
Oh, absolutely. Let's just stay here.
Do we have any recollection, I think that's the right word, of what the ship looked like getting to this point? Or were we like blindfolded?
You weren't blindfolded, but a lot of these hallways look alike. So if you would like, you can do a knowledge technology roll to see if you remember the layout for this ship.
Oh.
Let me see. I'll do it. I don't think this is gonna go well for me though. Oh, it wasn't as bad as it could be.
Okay, yeah. You're pretty sure you remember what the layout for these types of ships are. You've been on a couple of similar ones for one reason or another. Perhaps you've found yourself in a similar situation before in your crystal hunting adventures. So you're pretty sure if you take a left and then take the next turbo lift, go down the hallway until there's a second right, and then go past the garbage compactor. That's going to be how you get out of this level.
Nadara is going to repeat that verbatim.
Okay.
And then she's gonna hair toss and be like, I know. And then she would like begin stealthing to leave.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll stealth.
Okay.
Either and or both of you can roll that if you would like.
Wait, what?
Why did I know?
Sorry. Sorry, we're rolling stealth?
Yeah, so 17 for Nadara, and a 12 for Zadu. Fortunately, there's no guards on this level at the moment. They weren't super concerned.
Were we the only prisoners, by the way?
Yeah, you're the only prisoners on this level at the moment. So yeah, you're both doing a not great job at being stealthy, but thankfully there's no one here to notice. But you're able to make your way down that path that I was just describing, and along the way you do notice what looks like a supply closet or equipment room type door that has like a little maintenance list next to it, like sort of that this room last cleaned by, and if anybody happens to glance at the name, it's like a Lieutenant Chekhov on the list for the door. You're welcome to check that out or keep moving.
Is the door unlocked?
As in a Chekhov's gun. Yes, it is unlocked.
Can I open it?
You sure can. As you open it, you can see that it actually has all of Zadu's equipment and any equipment that they took off Nadara as well when they arrested you and brought you here.
Oh, wow. This is mighty.
So if you would like, you can take the time to put your armor back on, or you can just grab it and go.
Oh, absolutely. It'll take a little time to put my stuff back on.
Okay.
Not too long.
That is a
Nadara's going ahead and throwing it on and all that stuff.
That is a very fair call. And yeah, you get re-equipped. And as soon as you head out of that room, you can see that turbo lift that you need to get to. And kind of one of those moments that happen in movies sometimes. You can see that it's coming down. So someone is about to get off of that turbo lift on this level. Do you stay in the hallway and face them, or do you try to hide?
Then go in the closet.
All right.
Okay.
How about Zadu?
Sadu's, so it's coming down with someone on it. Don't know how many someones. But also been here a very long time. I think it's time to leave.
Okay. Yeah, there's really no way to see who all is on there until it's open.
You know, I'll take the little elevator fight scene from every action flick.
Nadara notices that you're not going in the closet with her and goes, ugh, and like opens the door and out her rifle and points it at the little lift thing.
So, history almost repeats itself a little bit here. As the
No way.
as the door is open, you see it's not Darth Degen, but It is somebody that has that same sort of ominous aura about them. They are dressed largely in black, with very, very blue skin, and as they've sort of got their head down, they've got this black cloak that's hooded, and as they lift their head a bit, you can see glowing red eyes underneath that hood. And of course, they spot you right off with the rifle pointed at them, and getting ready to stand down whoever it is that's coming out of that turbo lift. And a second later, 2 lightsabers sort of just magically snap into his hands, and as 2 red blades have that pop hiss sound of igniting. One of them goes up and one of them goes down as he's holding one in a reverse grip and one in a regular grip. Think like a Ahsoka Tano style, if you're familiar with how she fights. That's basically how she's holding them, or how he's holding them. And with that, we're gonna hop back over to our crew coming in for the rescue. How do you want to do this? You know the fleet's there. You know about the transmission jammer. How do you want to approach into that situation?
Burn Endor to the ground.
Fair, but you have to get to Endor first.
Point is noted, Grakus. We're aware, and we did promise you that you could burn some of it. I believe was part of the deal earlier. I think it was Ilsa's idea. Seems about right. So are
Funny,
we
isn't
all...
it how an idea like that comes from Ilsa and not Anaka?
Right?
Ilsa's currently dealing with a lot, and Anaka knows the limits of our crew.
Also will offer to just like charge in there with a lightsaber.
Plan Z. We have to work through 25 others, but we might get there today. Are we all up in like the cockpit, like sensor readings and everything?
Sure.
Here for us?
Sure, yeah.
Well, what's the sitch, yo?
Does Jai actually say that?
No, never in 1,000 years
Okay.
would Jai.
Because Kieran was going to give him the weirdest look.
No, Jai's been moody. He's not been. No.
Okay, gotcha.
I guess use computers to do a sensors.
Yeah, you can do that. If you want to do like the long range scanner kind of a deal to see what's going on.
Blammo, 25.
Yeah, Endor doesn't exist on the scanners. There's like a giant, if you look at the map, where you would normally see like radiation from stars coming through and like stuff from ships and whatnot, there's just like a big black circle on the map around Endor.
Raven.
Uh-huh.
I need to ask a question, and I don't know if... Can we see it?
Can you see like through the window?
The planet, the ships.
Not on the map.
No, like through the
window. Gotcha.
Yeah.
You're not quite there yet. If you want to like stop at like the maximum visual range, you can, but you do risk them seeing you as well, because if you can see them, they can see you.
Right. Just gonna kind of just like spin the chair around and be like, all right, are we gonna try subtlety? I know we've brought this up before, and I don't think we've ever done it successfully once, but are we gonna try?
I am actually very subtle.
You're right, Grakus. You are the second sneakiest thing on this ship.
I was subtle before.
What is the first?
The droid. Weirdly. It's Locke. Locke is the sneakiest thing on this ship. He's right behind you right now. I don't know how he got there.
Hello. He's just doing the offset blinking with his little glowing eyes.
Ilsa, you're very subtle in your own very special way. Which
I was subtle when I killed all of those officers on that.
Hey, Anaka, was she subtle during that?
Remember when I murdered all those people?
Oh boy, Ilsa, sorry to break this to you, love, but not in the slightest.
Okay.
You
I was on
sent-
top of a
You
ship.
didn't see all the rooms of people that I slaughtered before.
You
saw.
sent all of those people into space, sweetheart. That was not
The
subtle in
people
the
before
slightest.
that. The people before that. When you all were doing something else, I climbed on and
Oh,
slaughtered
goodness.
rooms.
Ah, yes, a murder, the most subtle of actions.
So what I'm
Is it-
so I'm not saying that we're not equipped for the task. I'm just saying we don't really tend to do that.
So-
Usually we go in guns and explosives blazing, especially if there's anyone we hate in the area, which I assume there probably is. Gracchus, you hate a whole planet, right?
Yeah. On a related note,
Uh-oh.
if you have a graveyard in space, is it a space yard?
I think it's a grave space.
It's a grave space.
Grave orbit. Grave orbit's the name of my uncle's band.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It's a
Good,
field of
good stuff.
You know, I'm very, very sorry to derail this conversation. However, I don't want to die today, so I think perhaps we should get back to the matter at hand.
Wait, was that an option? Because I'm not doing that.
No, nobody's dying today. If
Well,
somebody-
no, hold on. A lot of people are probably dying.
Well,
today.
none of you all. If you do, I want to get my revenge. I want to go on a campaign.
Goodness.
Kieran's
How
just
did we get to the point where I am the most sensible out of all of you? For goodness sake.
Kieran's
Literally
just
day
yeah. Kieran's just punching numbers into the nav computer and just shaking her head and like, I've got a bad feeling about this.
That's the third time you've said that this trip.
It's a really bad feeling, Jai.
Okay. What is it then? What's the feeling?
It's bad. That's
It's
the
bad.
feeling.
I'm literally the only one on this boat without space magic. You'll have to explain this to me.
I've got a special cake I'm making that has to sit for a while, so you have to all come back and have cake after this.
I mean, I'm on board for cake.
Yes.
Cake sounds good. Cake sounds better than death. I agree.
Yeah.
And Kieran just looks at you, Jai, and as you're like, you're gonna have to expound on that, and says, "All right, fine. I didn't want to do this, but it's imagine the feeling of thousands of voices crying out as they've all just found out on their birthday that the brand new puppy that they just got for their birthday, all thousands of them, inexplicably died.
I don't like puppies.
Or kittens. I don't. It's something cute and cuddly.
Don't like puppies.
Yes, they eat my wrenches.
Oh
Ilsa.
god, now you're gonna get Ilsa started about the puppies. Can
They
we just
eat
move
your
on?
hidden thing,
Ah.
Naka.
That's the bad feeling I have, Jai.
Okay. You know what? I feel like maybe we haven't utilized all of our skills. Space magic people, find me something to shoot. One of you four.
Raven,
Yeah.
can I get a comment from Hadzuska just for flavor text?
Oh, sure. About anything in particular?
Just about the absolute clusterfuck that's happening right now?
Oh no,
I'm
yeah, he's
trying.
Or
he's not so much saying something as you can just like tangibly feel him shaking his head inside your mind.
for anybody
It's mind shakeception.
Yeah.
I'm also shaking my head. Hadzuska, it's fine. Does he
Look.
have any sort of suggestion in there?
It's like, well, you could identify the thing that's making everything not show up and blow it up.
That is a good suggestion. Thank you, Hadzuska.
Why is the psychotic ghost the smartest one in our crew?
He's got a lot more experience. He's been around for millennia.
This is
Yeah.
our planning phase always.
You're not wrong. That is accurate, and I hate it. Here's the problem: Matt has good ideas. Jai would not have these ideas.
Oh, Jai is lovely.
He's
I think Jai's just had a really long couple days and just is ready to kill things,
I tell
and he
you,
couldn't kill the Jedi.
Yeah.
if you want to be stealthy, Jai.
Yes. Wait, no, I don't usually, but yes.
You do or you don't?
I wear heavy armor and a jetpack.
Okay, we're in a ship.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you want to be stealthy,
Okay.
does this ship have cloaking?
No.
Okay. You have those smaller ships.
Hold on. We do have stealthy paint.
You do have stealthy paint. This
What
is
is
true.
We already did it to the ship, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have stealth paint.
Okay.
Also, Anaka has a stealth fighter.
Okay. So it seems like we have options.
All right. So, okay, Kieran, get us into like visual range so we can see what's going on.
All right.
Since the computers aren't telling us anything, and I guess your magic force nonsense isn't saying things. Let's try the
Kittens,
old
Jai.
Mark
Kittens.
I eyeballs.
That's what the Force is saying. Dead kittens.
Okay.
Wow.
But you are one of the good ones, and one of my morally gray ones isn't telling me other options. So
Can we?
I just gave you options.
you did.
Agree.
You gave me a great option, Graykus, and I appreciate it.
Sorry. What was that, Nikki?
Could Ilsa do a force check to see if she can detect anything?
Absolutely. Yeah. Go ahead and roll. Use the Force.
I just want to do something helpful. Like having fun being chaotic, but
I just figured one of you force people would be like, "There's a vast pillar of evil over there."
That's kind of what Kieran's getting at.
Okay, she's just not explaining it in Jai.
Marcus would want to go towards it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Jai does too, probably for similar yet divergent reasons.
I'm trying to get the sheet to come up. It's hating me.
Oh, no
Oh, no.
worries.
No, it came up. It was already up, and I just kept clicking it again and again because that
weird.
works. Hey, use the force.
Yeah.
There you go. Use the force. And submit. Please be a good roll.
19. Not too bad. So with a 19, yeah, you are able to detect a very evil, very different presence up ahead. You're not quite sure if they're more powerful exactly, but whatever it is, they definitely feel more of it. It's sort of this very vague, hard to describe sensation that you get. But they're, whatever it is, they're more of that. And it's not good.
Jai, we should kill that, get rid of that over there. That's what we need to get rid of. And she's like going to direct him to that.
A target, you say? Jai just like dead looks at Kieran and just goes like, a target, eh? To the target then.
I was going to say, around that time, Kieran is coming out of hyperspace, and Ilsa, yeah, you can point out the exact ship. It's a small cruiser on the edge of the fleet. And yes, you can see lots of ships. And lots
Can we
of
see the planet?
destroyed ships. And yes, you can see the planet.
Okay, cool. So that clears one of Matt's little theories off the door. Now that we're within visual range, can I try a scan again? Like, have the sensors changed? Are we noticing things?
You can absolutely scan again. You do so, and nothing has changed.
Okay.
You can see the ships, but according to the computer, they don't exist.
Okay. All right.
And
Graykus, Go ahead.
As a brief recap, since it's been a hot minute since you've seen this fleet, there are Star Destroyers, the older class of them. I forget the name, not the one that the Mandos have. It's a different older class.
Acclimate.
Yeah, that sounds right. There's some of those. There are what is our Star Destroyer model again?
Venator.
Yeah, there's a couple of those as well. But it's mostly older capital ships. Yeah. And they are all painted black. And then there's a couple of Interdictor Star Destroyers, if I'm saying that right. They don't look quite normal. They look a little different. But you probably couldn't really say what's different about them. Just that some of the things on some of the little bits and bobs on the outside of the ship are different shapes and in different configurations.
Okay. All right.
So that's what you see.
All right, team. Okay, Gracchus, shoot straight with me. What do you want out of today? What's your like? If I cannot offer you the actual fiery destruction of Endor, what can I do for you?
Oh, fine. I'll give up on the destruction of Endor.
Don't give up on your dreams, Gracchus. I just can't give you that right now.
No. I'm cool doing whatever you want to do.
Neat. That's 2 for the boarding party. Ilsa, what's your plan?
I think I need to kill somebody.
We can probably give you a target. Anaka, what's your deal?
I don't know what Anaka would say. What does Anaka want is the question.
Interesting conundrum I've presented to you, eh?
Yeah, because I mean, Anaka wants to do a couple different things, but in terms of this situation, I think Anaka would just probably indicate that for now she'll go with whatever you decide.
Kieran, you staying with the boat or you coming with the fun crew?
There's just a pause, and then this. Somebody has to make sure you all come back alive, I guess. I'll come with you.
Full party, lock!
Yes?
Warm up the guns, friend. We're going hunting. Oh, hey, Locke.
Do
Hey,
I
Locke?
need to put them in the oven? What why do you require warm guns?
Hey, Locke.
Yes?
These guys did bad things to Zadu.
Oh, these are the ones we're going to extra murder.
Yup. All right. I should. Oh. Matt needs to put some points into tactics. Just for actual skills. Jai has a plan. It's a bad plan, but Jai has a plan. All right. So, all right, team, here's the plan. Something bad is happening on that cruiser, so we're going to get on that cruiser. If anyone would like to take their personal fighters out and join us on the cruiser that way, aces. If not, we'll just fly this ship in with the switch set to Imperial Mode A. And, no, wait, Imperial Duce. I'm sorry, we're on the second transponder.
Yeah.
Then we'll just sneak on board. We'll go find 1, whatever big evil thing there is, and see if we can kill it. 2, whatever's making it so that no one can detect things. And 3, something that we can blow up real big.
The ship after we're off of it.
Love it. All right. So transponder, switch to Imperial Duce. Anyone have any other addendums to this plan before we go blow things up?
Before we actually move, can Anaka use the Force to try to pinpoint if there's anything that's putting out that signal that kind of erases things?
Yeah, you can absolutely try to do so.
Nice.
Okay, let me see. 12, 29. Ooh, math. Basic math. 19, 29, 31.
31. Wow. Okay. With a 31,
I have a plus 19 to my force, so.
that's awesome.
Ooh.
That is crazy.
I put all of my points in that.
Yeah. So not only can you pinpoint that there is a single person that is very Sithy on that cruiser, and it's sort of the same feelings that Ilsa was getting, that like you're not sure, like if you had to put like a power level number on him, you're not sure if he's stronger than the other Sith or not. Definitely different. And just sort of this feeling of like, this guy's just kind of extra is sort of the feeling that you get. If that's like extra in terms of flashy or just stronger, you're not quite sure. It's just extra something is the sensation that you're able to get. And then in addition, from those interdictor cruisers, you also get a faint feeling of unnaturalness. Like it feels almost alien. It's definitely something in the Force, but it's not something that you've really felt before. But it's dark.
Okay.
I love saying stuff like that, Matt, and seeing you get theories. It is such a joy. It is so much fun.
I feel I know what you're stepping in, and I'm very impressed.
We'll see if we're on the same page. I'm excited to see what you're thinking.
Oh boy.
So with that, yeah, you've got your plan. You're getting ready to enact it. And real quick before we go on break, we'll hop back over to Zadu and Nadara. And this very clearly Sith sort of looks up from under his hood and says, I'll give you 10 seconds to get back into any one of those cells.
Dara goes, and I'll give you 10 seconds to hand up kyber crystals. 1, 5, 7, 7.5.
That is actually speechless.
This guy's just standing there, letting you count. Do you actually get all the way to 10?
Yes, but it takes her a hot minute because she really just wants him to hand it over. She knows it's not going to happen, but she's going to go to every little tiniest, like 1/337th of a net. Like,
yeah, he just stands there.
And then when she gets to 10, she goes 10. Oh my gosh, for real?
He just stands there completely, stone faced, doesn't show any kind of reaction at all. And when you get to 10, just goes, you have counted and chosen poorly. And that's where we're going to take a break. So we'll be back in 15 minutes. Go hydrate, grab snacks, whatever you need to do. And then we'll be right back to find out what happens with this encounter. It's going to be fun. We'll be right back.
4 destiny points.
All right, we are back. So as mentioned, this dark aura, sort of foreboding figure, waited for you to count down all the way, and then just said that you had counted and chosen poorly. Do you have any like immediate reactions to that?
You're the Sith master, or the Sith Weaver counselor so far is named Jin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You wouldn't happen to be Jin's apprentice, would you?
He kind of grips his lightsaber hilts a little bit tighter, tilts his head a little bit, and is like, "How do you know that name?"
Oh, I thought your master.
Sort of arches an eyebrow and is like, "Unlikely."
Really? I mean, that ring of lightsaber is really distinctive. That's good. Yeah, they float around and spin in a circle. Yeah, it's very treacherous. You know, I managed to hit him quite a few times.
Kind of considers you for a moment, considering kind of what he wants to do with you, essentially. Nadara, that does create an opening if you want to try to attack, or if you want to try to exit this situation as quickly as possible.
Okay, so I have an important question.
Okay.
And this is just because of my lack of knowledge in the combat area of this gameplay. So I have a thing where if I aim and deal extra damage, is that something that I can say like I aimed when I pulled it out, or is it something that I need to take like a full action for or something?
Oh, I'm trying to remember. I think it's a move action, I think, to aim. I want to say, or a move and a swift action. Close enough either way. You can aim and shoot, you just won't be able to move on your turn.
Oh, that's fine. I would like to do both of... Well, I'm going to aim. I'm going to wait. I don't want to ruin anything for anybody. But I'm aiming, and I would like... I'm going to wait to shoot.
Okay.
But I'm locked and loaded.
All right. So since Nadara doesn't shoot, this character looks at you, Zadu, and seems to have made up his mind. Just sort of nods, and very like Morpheus style from the Matrix, just sort of tilts his hand with the lightsaber blade still in there, so it's just like pointing sideways, and does like a come here sort of motion with his hand, just sort of taunting you to give it your best shot.
I mean, all right. 5-row bleed in hand. Just roll an attack. Or...
All right. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Actually, sorry. I have rapid strike. So when I attack, it's it's a double. It's a double attack. Just a single attack. Sorry, just with a plus 13,
Oof.
blows my mind. Luckily, I got 2 attacks with a single strike.
All right.
Come on. I take a -2 because they're both rapid, but if I hit, that gives me another damage die. So come on. 27.
Would you like to add a force point to that?
Yeah, you know my rules.
All right. You are able to hit. So that is 13 damage.
Oh wait, another d6.
Nice. 19 damage. Where did my scrap paper go? That's right. I'll write it down here. All right. So 19 damage. Yeah. He is not so much surprised as impressed. So you do manage to do a decent chunk of damage. And he kind of just looks down at this wound that you've inflicted. And then looks back at you with just sort of this kind of chuckle. And it's not literally visible, but you can almost feel like just rage coming off of him as he's using this pain as a source of power.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to strike back at you.
Okay.
Let me see here.
I hope you didn't think I was lying and then it just gets slashed.
All right, so that's going to be a 25?
25, that's against reflex?
Reflex, yeah.
Yeah, I got a 20.
All right. So that will hit. So he swings back with his two lightsabers here.
Mm-hmm.
And does 16 damage.
Okay. 16.
And then Nadara, it will be your turn. Whatever you'd like to do.
Do I have an action for you? I'm not gonna move. I'm happy with where I'm at. But I am gonna shoot this guy with my rifle. But I have a couple handy dandy feats that aid me in this test.
Okay.
I may have to ask if I can use some of them because I'm still figuring it out. So I have, so I don't get a penalty for shooting into melee. It says point blank
That's
shot
good.
get a +1 bonus on ranged attacks and damage against foes within point blank range. But I'm not within point blank range, am I?
Oh, you are.
Oh, I am?
Yeah,
Cool.
you're in
I'm gonna
pretty
use that.
close quarters.
And I've got Deadeye, so since I'm aiming, I deal extra damage, an extra die
Nice.
of damage. So, come at me. This better work.
So 23.
Yeah,
Would you like to add a force point to that?
I would love to. Was it?
So let's add you basically just add a d6.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, that is able to hit for
Okay, cool.
for
I think
12
I get
damage.
to do... Well, I think I get to do one more because I didn't because my Deadeye.
Oh, okay, yeah. Go ahead
Maybe.
and roll
Um,
one more weapon die.
I'm trying to remember. Was it a D6?
E8.
D8? Okay, cool. Thank you. Sorry.
Oh yeah, for a blaster rifle, yeah.
Oh, a 3.
So 15.
Yes.
So that is
Should actually end up being 16 damage because point blank gives you a +1 to damage as well.
awesome. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Figuring out how much health he's got. As that blaster bolt hits, the impact, has a reaction just from the pure momentum of it, causes, his shoulder to kind of roll back for a moment. But he just sort of continues to chuckle and glances over at Unidara and just says, "I'll be with you in a minute," before turning back to Zadu.
Now he's going full Kylo. Okay.
It is your turn.
Terrifying.
Come on.
And yes, you do have an advantage if you need it from earlier.
Oh, right. Wow, okay. I forgot about that. I would like everyone to know, just in case I crit, that I now have, I have triple crit on Zadu, so I will be able to
Nice.
crits. Can't play fair. This is the Sith we're talking about. I have to take a -2 because this is rapid strike. What is the deal? What is the deal?
Oof, yeah.
I'll use that advantage. I hope it's worth it. Okay.
Okay.
No.
You're
It's okay, I have a second strike.
Oh yeah. Go ahead and give that a try. As I say, you're 2 force points away from hitting potentially.
Oh wow! All right.
Oh no.
I'm rolling below 10 like crazy. Why do I bother?
Would you like to use force points or a destiny point, or are you sticking with that?
You know what? Why not? I'll use a destiny point.
Okay. So that's going to be an auto crit. Go ahead and roll your full damage, and then double it.
Okay, so full damage, since I have rapid strike, that's 3d6 plus 9 regularly, and I have triple crit, which...
Oh yeah, so times 3. Sorry.
Yeah, you deal triple damage. Okay, so I'll roll 3d6 plus. Sorry, take a little while. 15 times 3, 45 plus.
Okay.
45 plus 9, 54 points of damage.
Okay.
Since you've generously allowed me to use a destiny point.
So that is... All right.
Oh, I'm going to die by the Sith. In a very real way.
Yeah. You do a lot of damage. And again, he doesn't seem to react with what you would expect from somebody that just took a lot of damage. They're very clearly wounded, but it just seems to make them stronger. They laugh, just sort of look down at these cuts that you've made, and kind of make this like power up kind of stance. Like they're just like, if it were an anime, you'd be expecting them to yell as they just sort of surge with this dark energy. And they take just like a half step back, not like a square, just sort of a half step back as they get ready to do something. And I just need to see what that something is going to be. As I am looking through so many force powers right now that this person has.
I'll take this one to say that Zato is surprised with himself after who knows how long of captivity.
Adara mutters under her breath, "This guy's got issues," meaning the Sith guy.
Oh, well, I still have it. Nice.
Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Sorry, 1 second.
I have reaped whatever I sow.
Okay. That's how that works.
I don't like that.
Okay. So they're going to use Saber Swarm, which they rolled really well on. So they can make 2 lightsaber melee attacks against a single target and suffer no additional penalties for these attacks.
Mhm.
So they're going to do kind of a little bit something kind of like what you just did, but just a little bit different.
No problem.
So that is a 32 on the first attack.
So, that hits.
And another 32.
That both hit, yeah.
Um,
Going for a hurt.
let me just grab something real quick here. So that is. $16 plus.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be 31 damage.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This is this visible health, but got to almost almost halfway there.
All right. Nadara.
Living on a prayer, you might say.
Yeah. Nadara, it is your turn.
Oh no. Okay. Well, it appears I've gotten myself into something that I may not be able to get out of. I'm going to do the same thing I did last time, except for, can I aim for? Is it him? His hand? Their hand?
Yeah.
I want to aim for their hand.
His pronouns are he, him. And yes,
Okay.
you can try to aim for the hand.
Okay. Do I have to roll something special, or is it just going for like what I roll in general?
No, just go ahead and do the attack, and we'll see how it goes from there.
Oh my goodness, I'm saying my prayers. Okay. I'm scared. This is scary. Oh my. Can I do a thingy?
Oh.
How many of those thingies can I? Well, I think that might not work anyway.
For force points, it would take quite a few. You could use a destiny point if you really want to make it hit.
I do. I want to knock his little sword out of his hand.
Okay.
Lightsaber. Why did I know what that is. That was silly of me.
You're good.
Yes, I would like to use a destiny point to knock his lightsaber out of his hand.
Yeah, you're able.
With my rifle.
Go ahead and roll your damage and double it, or add up your total damage with the extra die from aiming and whatnot, and then double it for the crit.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, he drops the lightsaber. It kind of clatters to the floor. Oh no.
Okay, so double will be 32
Okay.
damage. Even though I rolled 1 on that D8.
Um.
And if I successfully knock the lightsaber out of his hand, I would like to yell, "Grab it!"
You are able to do that, and you are able to yell that. Yeah, it clatters to the floor as he drops it, and he switches to have basically both hands on the one lightsaber, and still seems to be largely ignoring you.
How rude.
But that did a lot of damage. And I think we're gonna pause right there and go back to our assault team.
Assault team is a generous title.
You got the whole crew together, and yeah, you are approaching this cruiser. Who's in what ship?
Did anyone want to take their personal ones out? Specifically, Ilsa or Anaka. Were either of y'all going solo?
Let's just take her cottage.
I feel like. See, on the one hand, do I put Jai's good stealth paint to use? But that would also involve piloting, and all of Anaka's points went into the Force, so I don't think she's gonna go by herself.
Okay.
All right, so we got one cottage and one Imperial Douce.
All right. You are able to approach. Are you going in stealthy, or are you just going in guns blazing?
I think
Just to clarify, with Anaka's Force roll, that 31, did I figure out where the like numbing effect was coming from?
Like the
thing that's stopping everything from showing up on sensors?
No. You did see that the cruisers that, like you all know, are usually used to keep ships from going into hyperspace by creating artificial gravity wells. You did feel something weird coming off of those.
Okay.
So you might be able to infer that maybe that they have something to do with it, but you weren't like positive. But guns blazing or stealthy?
I think Jai is specifically gonna be like, we've got ourselves some stealthy ability right now. Let's try stealth. Gregis was talking a good game about stealth. Let's try some stealth.
Okay. The two of you are able to, the two ships, that is. Yeah, you're able to fly in sort of under the radar, as it were. And, yeah, they don't really notice you there. Maybe they're preoccupied with something else. But nobody really hails you or asks for your identification. And the docking bay is essentially open. There's the little force field there that you can just sort of go through. And it keeps all the air in, but you can just fly right through it and land your ships.
Jai, as soon as we start moving into the landing bay, Jai is going to just like gesture to Grakis and Anaka and be like, let's go. And move to the ramp. Like, bucket on, gun out.
All right. Anybody else want to do anything before jumping in?
I guess Ilsa will just swallow.
Okay. As you hop out into the docking bay, it is empty. There's nobody there. So you're able to make your way down the hall easily enough.
This isn't suspicious at all, right?
Where would you like to go?
Can I use the Force? It's kind of weird that nobody's there. Just to kind of feel for people.
It is weird, and yes, you can.
Okay, yeah, I'm a little suspicious. I think they're all hiding, ready to attack. And then I'll have to get my lightsaber out and slaughter them all. You know, all of the day's work. Where did that not go? Okay, listen, Dice. You're going to work the force. Give me a good score, please.
16.
Okay, it's not. I don't think.
Would you like to add a force point?
Yes, please.
Okay. Go ahead and add a d6.
Well, I think I took the thing that gives me a D8 as a force point.
Oh, cool. Then yeah, go ahead and roll a d8. A 2. So that makes it 18. It's a little bit better. Yeah, that'll get you a little more information. So, you don't sense many people on the ship. You don't have like an exact number or like a ballpark, but you're pretty sure there are fewer people on the ship than there should be. And you do get the sense of like people have died here recently. Like there's sort of that feeling of death in the Force sort of lingering on the ship.
So somebody got here before us and killed everyone.
I'm sorry, what?
Somebody was here before us. Most of the people here, a lot of people died here. There's a few left.
Is there a computer terminal anywhere around, Raven?
There is.
I'm gonna go use that sucker.
Okay. Go
Oh,
ahead.
hey, I hate that. I don't know what you just rolled, but I hate it.
That's for Kieran, actually.
Okay, never mind. Slightly better.
And
Oh, boy.
yeah, Kieran just sort of gets pale, and it's like, yeah, there's something off happening here. She doesn't speculate or elaborate, just that something's really off, and that so somebody, a lot of death just happened here.
You all stay
Yeah.
behind. I'll protect you.
I got a 20.
Okay, Kieran just looks over at Ilsa. It's just like, thanks, Ilsa, appreciate it. sort of that look when like a little kid's like, don't worry, I'll protect you, and you, the adult, are like, thank you. That's kind of the expression she has. A 20 with used computer. Anything specific you were looking for?
I want to see. Okay, Jai is looking for two things. One, where are the people at, yo? Two, where can he go find the turbo laser controls?
Good questions. It already had like a skeleton crew. And that's basically kind of what it says. Is it just has a skeleton crew. That there is a Darth Nex, NEX, commanding the ship. And that is pretty much it. Just that there wasn't like a full complement of soldiers on here. And then the directs you towards the bridge, which incidentally the route goes through the prison level. So
Oh, convenient that.
Yeah.
So
it's a weird layout for this ship.
Jai's gonna be like, all right, can I get a map off of that?
Yeah, you get a map,
Cool.
and it actually shows like there's certain decks that are undergoing what's the word I'm looking for? Remodeling, and that's why you have to go through the prison level to
Okay.
get to the bridge.
So Jai's gonna pull up the map on his gauntlet, hollow projector gauntlet thing, and to be like, all right, we're going this way. We're going down through prison levels for some reason. Oh, and Anaka?
Yes.
Why do Darksiders have creepy ass names like Darth and Nex? Why is that a thing?
I wouldn't be able to tell you, Jai. Why is your name Jai?
Because my parents knew a badass name when they said one. Roll out, team. Hey, Grakus, Ilsa, have fun. Locke,
Yes.
kill anything that looks like a stormtrooper.
You all sort of look like stormtroopers.
Nope. They wear all white armor with black highlights.
I'm not in uniform. I'm in a stormtrooper uniform.
Locke just sort of like does the robot equivalent of shrugging, like the little blaster arms come up just a little bit and then go down. It's like all of the armor looks the same to me. I will look for those colors.
Neat. Roll out, team. And I guess we go? Unless anyone else wants to like sprint off and go do a side adventure.
No, Ilsa's trying to keep you all safe from whatever killed everybody. Because she totally thinks she can do it.
Yeah, you fight one Jedi Master, you can take on the galaxy. I get it.
Alrighty. Sorry, I completely lost my train of thought for a second. Yeah, I need a perception roll from everybody as you move out.
22.
Okay. Everybody on the assault team, I should say.
Am I able to use my force perception?
No.
Oh, interesting. All right, give me a moment.
I'm afraid to roll it again, so I'm gonna try again.
Okay.
I can roll my perception twice, so please be higher this time and not lower. Where did it go? No.
Which one?
Can I add a force point?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
That's a 17 for me.
Okay.
I should not have rolled it again. I should have just left it alone.
So 23. Jai, if you would like to try a force point, you can as well if you want.
Sure, why not? 25.
Just enough.
Yay.
25 was the target number.
Clutch.
So yeah, as you're moving along, you happen to glance into a room that's still open, and you can see a couple of Imperial officers and a stormtrooper just sort of slumped over consoles.
Oh, that's not good. That's really bad, actually. Kieran, can I ask you a very big favor?
What?
Something is very wrong here. If anything goes bad, get back to the ship, go call in a cavalry of some sort.
Well, it's looks like it's already bad.
Yeah, but something did this.
The only cavalry I could call in that isn't pissed off at us would be your people.
That's fine. They're good at this. We killed Force users all the time.
Great.
And plus, I'm pretty sure if you told old Master Lars that there was, this thing happening, he'd put aside that petty little thing about Anaka stealing from him and come be a good boy.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, he's a Boy Scout. Let's go. Hope we don't run into whatever did this.
Okay.
We're gonna, aren't we? Like, Jai says that directly to Anaka. Just like, we're gonna, aren't we? That's what's happening today, right?
Sorry, I was away from my phone for a second. What we're gonna do what now?
We found bodies of Imperial people slumped over consoles.
Right.
And Jai is saying we're gonna run into that. What did it, aren't we? Like that's what our day is.
Oh, probably, without a doubt. Absolutely.
Great. Cool. Awesome. Love it. We should run then. And I guess I'll explain my plan on the way.
Before you run off, does anybody go look at the people slumped over the consoles?
Also will.
Now that you say it, yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
now that you bring it up.
Would you care to inspect these people? It's cool. Anybody
Why,
that
yes.
wants to can roll perception to go take a closer look.
Just regular perception?
Yep, just regular perception. Well, Yeah, you can use the Force now. It will give you very different information than perception, though. So it's up to you.
Well, Elsa doesn't have the force perception. She has regular perception, but she can. Oh, 27. I don't think I want a chance rolling that twice. Or should I?
Yeah, 27's plenty.
Okay.
For what you need there.
So yeah, if you do your forcey thing, then we can get two sides of the coin.
It's a good idea.
Way ahead of you. So that's a 29, 32.
32. All right. So Ilsa, you are able to see there's this. Well, first of all, the bodies are completely cold, like ice cold. Unnaturally so. And they have this strange sort of vaguely Sith-looking symbol on their forehead. It's like purple, kind of like a tattoo, but not. You're pretty sure it's not ink, but it's on their forehead. And it's really sort of creepy looking.
Is it the same kind of cold that we felt in the temple?
Similar, yeah.
Okay.
Not exactly the same, but similar. And then V, with your force, you can tell that it is force related, and that the force is what put that mark there and what did this to the people somehow. Could I also get you to roll galactic lore with advantage?
Sure, just give me 1 minute. That's only a 17.
Okay. Even with the advantage?
Yes, unfortunately, I rolled lower on the second time.
Okay. Yep, in that case, you had Zuzka sort of, chimes up in your head, and it's like, yeah, that...
Question, though.
Mm-hmm.
What are we looking for in terms of force points if I wanted to bump it up? Like how...
What did you get again?
A 17.
17? You could potentially get it in 2.
Yeah, let's give it a try. Why not?
Okay.
Okay, so that is a 22
All right.
and a 28.
28. Yep, that'll do it. So Hetsuka's going to say something different now. It sort of chimes up in your head, and as you're looking at this weird symbol, and sort of this baffled sort of tone to his voice, he's like, that hasn't been in this part of the galaxy in a very, very long time. That is something. I am getting really bad echo from somewhere. Did that fix it? Okay. Not sure where that
We
came
good?
from. Yep, we're good.
Okay.
I was just hearing myself on a 1 second delay. It hasn't been in this part of the galaxy in a very, very long time. That shouldn't be here.
What is it?
I don't know exactly what it does, but it's very, very old Sith magic.
Anaka will relay that to the rest of the group. This is very, very old Sith magic. And it should not be where it is.
Yeah. And you can probably press him for more information later. But that's about what he says. And he does specifically say Sith magic, which he doesn't... Anaka would probably notice that he doesn't really use that terminology. Anything else is always the Force, but this particularly he says Sith magic, which is a little different than how he normally speaks about Force powers and Sith things.
Noted.
So yeah. Anything else you would like to do with the creepy bodies, or keep going?
Jai has now moved on from antsy to actively like frightened of this situation and is ready to just start murdering.
Do the bodies have IDs on them?
Yeah, they do.
Ilsa's going to take them like she always does.
All right. Then in that case, you're able to make your way through the path that's laid out, and right around the time that Nadara is shooting a lightsaber out of Nex's hand, you all sort of appear from another corridor not too far off, and you can see that Zadu is fighting this person holding a lightsaber with a lightsaber on the ground, and there's a Zabrak lady pointing a rifle at the person with the red lightsaber.
You're alive!
Huh. Kieran?
Yeah?
Anaka? Get him. And Zai's gonna shoot the guy.
All right.
And Naka's just
Dara's
like, what are we, attack dogs? Like, what?
Jai will just stop aiming and look at her.
Ilsa's already attacking. Ilsa's already going to attack.
All right.
That's why I wanted y'all to go.
Lado is not giving any of this any mind. He is in the middle of a extremely serious fight.
Actually, you know what, Raven? I'm gonna use a destiny point on this instead.
Okay.
So 50 points of damage.
All right. Where are you aiming?
Head.
Head? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna try to take another eye.
How do I want to do this?
Oh,
Yeah, there's a hole in the side of the hood now, like half the hood's sort of gone. And without being too graphic, pretty bad blaster burn on the side of his head. And he just laughs. And this time, everybody that's actively watching, you actually can see like these glowing sort of red, almost fumes sort of rising off of him. And anybody that would like to can make a perception roll to see if you notice something else. But everybody will see that damage just sort of heal itself real quick like.
Yes, I am rolling perception.
does he have sign?
Me too.
Regular perception?
Okay,
Yeah.
I get to roll again. Because
Force perception would work too.
I'm rolling again with my second.
All right.
I got a 16.
Why is my-
You don't notice anything.
I
I
didn't
got a
figure.
22. Should I add a force point to it?
You could possibly make it in 2 force points.
Okay, I'm going to add a force point to it.
Oh,
First,
Nadara, you could easily get it in one, actually just spend a force point and you get it because you're 1 point off from the DC.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
All
I
right.
rolled a 3. So it's a 22 for me.
Okay. The target number is 30. So I think Nadara is going to be the only one that notices it, which is kind of funny because you don't know what you're looking at like the rest of them do. So the symbol that I was describing on those Imperials' foreheads shows up on his forehead for just a couple of seconds as he heals up.
Can I try to force slam him?
You can absolutely try, yeah.
Okay. So
The
what's my
crystal
roll for
snake
that? I
special.
forgot.
Getting Darth
Yes.
Sion vibes.
The snakes.
The force snake.
I know.
Darth
Does it use the
Sion
force?
is-
Do I roll for that, Raven?
I can't remember how Force Slam works off the top of my head, but I think so. I think it's a use
I
the
can-
Force check.
Okay. If not, you know what? I'll just waste one of my destiny points on
I've
slamming.
got the information here if you want to give me a second to look for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up as well. because one of the other people that I'm using here has it. So use force check. Compare the result to each target's fortitude defense. If it's equal or exceeds, it takes 46 points of damage and is knocked prone.
Okay, I'm just going to throw a destiny point at this. Elsa's mad this guy's fighting her friend who just came back from what she thought was death.
Okay. Go ahead and roll 46 and double it.
Okay. So 28.
28. Yeah, he gets knocked against the wall, goes prone.
And she said, leave my friend alone.
And he just laughs. Oh, this one's got some fight in there.
I'll show you fight. I got like my lightsaber. I'm like brandishing it. Like, I'll show you who can fight.
All right. Anaka, would you like to do something at this point?
Anaka's a little weary because homie just healed up. That was a big boom and did nothing. So she's a little unsure about how to do that. What is everybody else doing? Like, are we looking like we're running? Are we staying and fighting? What's everybody up to?
And Ilsa's ready to fight this person.
Oh, of course she is. I didn't even need you to say that because I already knew.
I had to.
I'm voting we grab Zadu and his new friend and we go.
That's
New
what I was
friend wants
thinking.
the lightsaber. New friend's not leaving without the lightsaber.
Speaking
Oh,
of,
good. We got another one. Awesome. Love it.
I earned it. And she turns with her rifle towards you to say that and then turns back around.
Yikes. Okay.
Nadara's big on blaster safety, I see.
Great trigger discipline.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Lightsaber if they want one.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Anaka, what are you gonna do?
All right. Well, this lady that I don't know is going to be acting a fool, so that's fine. I'm not too worried about that because I don't know you and I don't care, honestly. I'm sure you're lovely, but you're not part of my party yet.
That's
so
Anaka.
Yep.
that is Anaka.
That is Anaka, like, summed up right there.
You're not wrong. Listen, the party is lucky that Anaka cares about the party.
Mm-hmm.
And then our friend who just got force slammed. How much distance is between him and Zadu and Nadara?
Zadu was like at 1 square away, is probably like 2 or 3 squares away, it's like 15 feet roughly. Nadara is probably at this point at the edge of point blank range, which I think is 25 feet. Roughly, I think. Maybe a little more than that. A decent distance away. Like at the end of the hallway.
The bad thing about not having a computer, aside from the obvious, is that I have to shuffle through like 20 pieces of paper to find the force power that I'm looking for.
I can pull up your sheet and read them for you if you want.
Yeah, I've got it here. So
Okay.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
oh,
We lost somebody. V. V's call dropped, it looks like.
Oh no.
Excuse me. I'm sure she'll be right back.
Well,
you said he was 3 squares away now.
Yeah, roughly.
Oh, then since Zado's not actively with him right in front of him, Zado'll scoop up the lightsaber and basically chuck it right at Nadara.
All right.
I catch it.
Fantastic. Yeah, Yeah.
Like, whatever.
Oh, good. Can we go then?
So
Gotta kill this guy.
after we'll definitely find out what Anaka does, and it will have some effect. But more likely than not, after that happens, Kieran's gonna run in and try to get some damage on this guy as well to help cover Zadu's escape, since Zadu is the closest to him and he's going to be getting up very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll see what happens with that. Just giving V another minute here to hopefully get back in.
I have 2 characters in this combat.
Oh, right. Yeah, Grakus. What is Grakus doing?
Rakus looks so intrigued. He doesn't know what's going on, but he looks so intrigued by this Sith character, just because he's definitely seen damage done to him.
Mm-hmm.
And Grakus has an ability that lets him restore himself when he's damaged. It's watching very curiously, contemplating lighting him up with some force lightning to see if that takes.
All right. You are certainly welcome to try. Locke is also probably just going to open up a salvo of laser fire at Darth next, some of which hits, some of it misses. He's able to deflect some of it with his lightsaber. But yeah, it doesn't seem to have any lasting effect.
I've only got a +11, so this force lightning isn't going to take really, probably.
Welcome back, V.
Hello?
Thank you. Sorry about that.
No worries. But yeah, go ahead and roll for the force lightning, and then we'll see what Anaka does. So 23. It's not a bad attempt. There are a couple of stray bolts that do catch him, and it burns his cloak a bit more. But he catches most of it on his lightsaber and is able to sort of deflect it. And he's
I have to do that. Can you show me real quick before we keep fighting some more?
What?
he just looks at Ilsa and goes, no.
Time and
thought
place,
you hated-
Ilsa. Time and place.
I thought you hated learning.
So yeah, he's pulling himself back up to his feet, and then Anaka, what was the thing that you were gonna do?
So while my phone was booting back up, I read the thing that I wanted to do, and I no longer want to do that.
Right.
But I have decided what I am going to do. Has anything changed in the layout of where people are standing since I dipped?
No, I don't think so. He's starting to stand up. That's the only thing that's changed, really.
Okay, is Ilsa still closer to the group?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Yeah, probably.
We're gonna say that because it's gonna make things easier. So I do have my fold space, which typically applies to one object or person within 6 squares in line of sight, or a vehicle that I occupy. If I were to use a destiny point, could I pull both Nadara and Zadu to me?
Sure.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to do so, and if you would like to just describe what that looks like, you are welcome to do that.
Oh goodness, I pictured a certain way in my head. I don't know if that's a thing that actually happens in Star Wars canon. If it looks a specific, I don't know.
If it looks cool, then go for it. We're making our own story here, so.
Okay. No, I mean, it's in my mind, it's nothing really super fantastical that, nothing large, but just like a very subtle, actually, action where when Anaka focuses on the things that she is trying to bring to her, and she's done this before, this is not an action that's new to her or anything like that, she's done it, but she focuses really hard on that pinpoint of what she's trying to bring to her, and it's almost like one moment it's there and then it blinks out of space and time and then reappears where she needs it to be. So it's kind of like a very subtle, you blink and you miss it, and there they are. They're with the group now.
Awesome. That's really cool. And yeah, that's exactly what happens. And as soon as you have them out of the way, since everyone else has sort of tried to attack this guy and nothing seems to be keeping him down, as he's standing up and walking slowly towards the group menacingly, Kieran moves into the front with her lightsaber and starts fighting him, and is holding her own pretty well, as I assume you all are starting to back away and get ready to go.
Hey, Raven. You're
Yeah?
not pulling an Indar Spire here today, friend.
Which one's Indar Spire? I'm terrible
Where
with
the
names.
guy who starts you out of the start of KOTOR sacrifices himself to let you go.
Oh,
No.
I mean, she's not gonna die.
She better not. She's our pilot.
They're just
Hey,
This
fighting.
is like
Hey, Karen,
This is
time to go,
hard.
friend.
I mean, we also like her. I just want that to be clear. She's not just the pilot. We like her.
Also, that
Ah.
Ilsa's gonna like tell her to run.
Dracus could do without.
Because she somehow thinks she's gonna protect everybody and get them out of there. So she's telling everybody to run.
Ilsa's. It's like a freaking episode of Chippendale Chipmunks, but with lightsabers and a lot more danger. Because Kieran's like, I got this. Go.
No, go. I'll just run. You have to fly the ship.
And
is there.
Okay.
Next, just sort of wild swinging his lightsabers, like, do you all need a minute to talk about this?
Actually, yes, that'd be great. Can you just take like 10 steps back for us?
Anaka, can you knock the thing out of his hand real quick?
Anaka is decidedly not going to do that. She's going to take Ilsa by the arm and start dragging her.
Oh.
It's just Ilsa's like yelling, like, no, I have to do this.
No, you're good. You fought someone very strong recently. You're good. Is there a computer terminal in this hallway?
No. Sorry.
I'm gonna. I would have to go past him to get to the bridge, wouldn't I?
Yes, you do. And Kieran, in the like half seconds that she has to spare of concentration while she's fighting this guy, keeps glancing back like, the heck are you guys still doing here? Go.
All right, ship's that way. Let's go. Time to go.
And
Sorry goes, I'm gonna ride with you guys and like
Yeah.
follows.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
And yeah, you're able to run down the hall, and it's like a straight shot hallway, and you're able to get on a turbo lift. And that whole time, Kieran's been fighting Darth Nex, and it's sort of like a slow moving fight where she's steadily giving ground, but not getting hit or anything like that. And she does a little force push to sort of give herself some room, and turns to run after you to get on the turbo lift.
Ilsa's a handful, just so you know, Anaka.
And then
Oh, Anaka knows. Don't
John's
worry.
gonna like tap Nadara on the shoulder and be like, "Cover fire for our friend."
and yeah, she reaches out with a force to hit the button on the turbo lift to go, so that like as soon as she gets in the door, it's gone. And could I get a perception roll from everybody?
Sure.
She's like planning ahead to, close those doors as soon as possible, as soon as she's in that little turbo lift room.
26.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I totally stole another lightsaber.
So, Nadara and Ilsa see it. Oof.
Break us with a 19.
Okay.
So I feel like I should preface this by saying I was using the Mira dice, which I should have learned that lesson a very long time ago, not to use the fucking Mira dice. It's a 10.
Okay, so Nadara and Ilsa are the only ones that see it. Nex has like this sort of gauntlet on, and something shoots out of it like a little needle and hits Kieran right like the back of the shoulder. And she just like, boom, immediately passes out on the floor.
Grab her! No!
Right as the turbo lift doors close.
No!
Is she inside with us?
No.
Wow, I hate it. Thanks.
Raven!
Take it back.
Something shot Kieran, y'all.
I just
Is the turbo lift moving?
It is moving. You have full control over the controls, though.
I'm like
Stop.
yelling.
Back down.
I'm yelling. His glove shot Kieran. Let me go. Let me get him.
oh, for God's sake.
Hi, Zadu. How you doing, bud? Things are great. Everything's normal and fine. So stop the lift and back down to the floor we were on, please.
Okay.
Yes, I see that.
So yeah, you're frantically pushing the stop button, and you're able to get it reversed, and it's going back to the floor that you were on, and the door is open, and that's where we're going to end the session.
Thanks. I hate it.
Heart.
You're gonna have to get you're gonna have to get used to those cliffhangers. That's for sure.
Yeah.
We will tear the ship apart.
So next week we'll find out what happened and what's on the other side of that door to meet them.
What do you mean? What's on the other side of the door? Kieran's on the other side of the door. Everything's fine.
Is she? I don't know. Maybe she is. Maybe she's not. It's fine. But yeah, that was fantastic. That was a lot of fun. We're gonna go on a raid here very shortly, but before we do, I want to let everybody say what their favorite part was, where we can find them, and anything they'd like to share or plug. We'll go reverse order from how we started, so we'll start with Par.
Oh, yes. Favorite part has to be trying to escape the cell. I don't know if you fully realize, but this session I rolled, I think, 3 natural ones.
Oh my goodness.
As part of my first 5 rolls. So
that's oh my god.
One of them was for opening the force field, which did not work.
That was quite humorous.
And then, of course, the other natural one is just 2 idiots locked in a cell, is what I like to call that. just could not get it done. Just my favorite. You can find me on Twitter at Mr. Par4E and at Par Professional, and you can find me on Twitch at Mr. Par. You can find me next tomorrow? No, Saturday.
Yeah,
for
Saturday.
Animus Violentus.
I'm excited for that. Awesome.
I am.
All right. Matt, what was your favorite part? Where can folks find you? Anything you want to share or plug?
Oh, favorite part was the disaster that was our planning session, as always. Felt good to be back. That was just a delight. I missed being Jai, and I missed this crew. I'm excited to have Zadu back and see how this all goes now. Where you can find me next, you can find me here on this channel on Tuesday nights doing the companion game to the Friday Night Dragon Age game. They are both set in the same world at the same time of Dragon Age, and we're on sort of parallel paths story-wise. Hannah and I share notes. You can find me in a week back on my channel, Fifth Draw Live, streaming again. I don't know what I'm going to play, but I'll play something. Maybe Hades. I like a good Hades. Yeah, we'll play some more Hades. Good game. And I have a podcast called Hard Reboot, where me and two friends take a public domain property and give it a fresh coat of paint. And I feel like I'm saying so many things now. And I have an Etsy shop for the Forge of Destiny, where I make props, lightsabers, keyblades, all sorts of fun things. I'm going to be doing commissions here soon. If you have something specific you want to see, hit me up. We'll talk.
This is one of those lightsabers, by the way, that I'm holding.
Oh, and there may be a giveaway happening on this channel soon. Pay attention.
Oh, absolutely. Awesome. And then, Jordan, what was your favorite part? Where can folks find you? Anything you want to share or plug?
I don't think I have a favorite part today, except for like the entire dynamic of the group cracked me up. I'm so excited to see what kind of chaos unfolds. Everyone's so unique and just like impeccably perfect together in the weirdest ways. But my name is Jordan. I am at SassyWithSander on all social media platforms. Check out my Twitter for some sparkly chaos. I also am the creator of Sparkly Cloaks. You can find all my cloaks on Red's Wardrobe. There's not a lot there right now. I also do commissions, so if you're interested in commissioning a cloak from me, message me on Twitter. And that's really all I'm up to these days. I'm about to start venturing into other stuff, but that's where I'm at today.
Cool. Next, Nikki, what was your favorite part? Where can folks find you? And anything you want to share or plug?
Well, I completely forgot what my favorite part was when you asked me.
It's always the way, right?
And I exist in the reality. I don't know why I freeze up every single time.
It happens.
This is a lot of fun.
I'm glad you had fun. I will say, I will add on there, one of my favorite Ilsa moments was the, you all have to come back and eat, because I'm making cake, so you have to live through this so you can come back and eat cake.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So in lieu of a favorite moment, that was one of my favorite Ilsa moments. All right, and then V, what was your favorite part? Where can folks find you? And anything you want to share or plug?
In terms of favorite parts, I definitely did like the scene at the start, trying to take care of that force field. That was really funny. But also, yeah, just at the end where we got to see that these attacks perhaps weren't doing as we intended them to. And you know what? Sometimes in that case, it's best to run and ask questions later. And getting to like, fold space and bring those last two stragglers into the group. We'll get Kieran eventually. I'm sure it'll happen. We can't leave without her at this point. So literally, and because she's our friend and we need her. But yeah, I'm super excited to see what happens. As for me, you can find me. I have an art Twitter. If you'd like to check out my work. I'm currently down a laptop right now. I'm hoping to get it either fixed or to buy a new one at some point. So until then, no digital work, but I do have sketches and things up on my art Twitter, which is at Pepero Draws, and that's Pepero like the candy. And I will be back Saturday as well for more Animus, but in a different form. Not Absentus, but Violentus. So yeah, check it out. I'm going to be playing Alice, and he is a familiar name if you've kept up with Animus Absentus. He's our original frog emoji guy. He's the guy who came up with it. That's why Annie uses it all the time. So I'm super pumped to bring him in because he's a character that Raven and I have been talking about for a very, very long time.
I'm so excited for you to play Alice.
He's so fun. He's just a genuinely fun dude, and he loves everybody. And you know what? He loves bringing corporations down even more. So that's going to be extremely fun to explore with him and the absolute ragtag group that we have. It's going to be phenomenal. So check that out on Saturdays. It's going to be great. But yeah, that's it for me.
Awesome. My favorite part. I mean, there's a lot of really good moments, but definitely the looks on all of your faces at the end there when I said the door is open and that's where we're going to end the session. That was just chef's kiss. But no, I did also really enjoy the planning section, and the fact that there was cake involved. So I really loved that. I absolutely loved the escaping from prison scene, as nat ones and all, and Nadara's like determination to get that panel off. It was all great. And then yeah, getting to kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Reveal. That's the word. Reveal Darth Nex and kind of his deal. It was exciting. I've been sitting on that for a while, and I'm really excited we actually got to encounter him. So yeah, next week's gonna be wild. I can't wait for you all to see what's on the other side of the doors. It could be something completely different. It could just be Kieran there taking a nap. We won't know until next week. Where you can find me next, I will be here at noon Mountain Time tomorrow for our Party 2 Dragon Age game. I'm really excited for that. I am playing a punk rock apostate mage, essentially, who was such a pain in the butt that she actually got sort of kicked out of the Grey Wardens. They basically just said during her joining afterwards, even though she survived it, they were like, oh yeah, no, she died. It's a shame. So she's a Grey Warden, but not like with the Grey Wardens, and she has zero respect for authority. So it's gonna be a fun time. So I'm looking forward to that. And then yeah, Saturday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, we'll have Animus Violentus, our premiere episode of that, which is happening immediately after the events of our season finale of Animus Absentis from last season. So if you've been keeping up with that, the whole galaxy's turning into a war zone, and wild and wacky things are happening. And I'm excited to see what this very different crew is going to do in that environment. So it's going to be fun. Other things to share or plug. Again, go check out Matt's Etsy shop, because these lightsabers are amazing and he makes other really cool stuff. And then our sponsors, which I'm going to throw those links into chat again, which are Fundamental RPG and Die Hard Dice. Fundamental RPG is a simple D20 system. It's what we use for Animus, and it's not tied to any genre, so you can actually use it to tell any type of story that you would like, play any style of game that you would like, from high fantasy to sci-fi and everything in between. You can pick up the physical book. It looks like this. It's right behind me. It looks like that. You can pick that up on Amazon. Or if you prefer a digital version, you can pick up a PDF at coffee.com/Raven, like it's spelled at the bottom of the screen. Also, go check out Die Hard Dice. They sell amazing polymer and metal dice sets and are just genuinely awesome people that run it. So I highly recommend them. You can go to dieharddice.com and use the code BLACKFEATHER, all one word with a capital B. Excuse me, and that will get 10% off your order. I also recommend checking out this die I've been using tonight. They sent me this. It is a Dire Winter's Embrace dice, or die, I guess. It's a really big D20 that I've been using. Anyways, it's been really fun to roll. It's heavy. Like, I feel like if I didn't roll well to attack something, I could just throw it at something and it would do damage. But yeah, go check that out. The link to that particular die is there in chat. Or just search for Dire Winter's Embrace D20 on their website. And then finally, if you want to catch up on this show or any others that we have on the channel, including past campaigns, you can do so at the Fantasy Network at watch.thefantasy.network. And I believe that is everything for me. So we're going to go on a raid. Let me just make sure that they are still live. Yeah, we're going to go raid Zombie Orpheus, another member of the Fantasy Network Twitch team. Looks like they're playing some Jackbox Party Packs games, which should be a lot of fun. So you can actually join in from the audience. So yeah, go say hi, give them a follow if you're not doing so already. And then I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.